Did I tie-dye during quarantine lockdown? Yeah, I did. Like every other girl in America. Hi everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to be talking all about my fitness journey. And it has been a long journey. It's not done. It's never done. So I'm really just going to be talking about probably about 4 or 5 years ago until January. And in January is when I kind of made real changes and I've lost 30 pounds. And I've done that during like quarantine, lockdown, COVID-19 time. And there's a whole video on my channel all about the changes I made during that time. So hopefully, if you like this video, you will go check that one out. But this video is all about how I got to that point. So I'll start by saying I have lost 30 pounds, gained 40, and then down 30 again. Actually, I think I'm down like 42, but I lost 30 of those during lockdown. But I started in January. So with that being said, in high school, I was always pretty active. You know, I danced and I was into sports. I played tennis for like 2 days just to get my picture in the yearbook. But I was still active. In college, I was pretty active. And then I started my career, and my career is a desk job. I work in finance. And I just found myself sitting a lot more and eating a lot more snacks and Pepsis and all of that stuff. And then I got my own apartment. I can't cook. I talked about it in my last video. I still can't cook. So it was a lot of fast food and it was a lot of takeout. And that just slowly adds on pounds, adds on pounds, adds on pounds. But I think during that time, I was a little delusional about my weight gain until the public and people in my life started pointing it out, which is so rude. But let me tell you, I was at a gas station and I ran into a guy who I hadn't seen in like, I don't know, 4 years. And he said, "Did you have a baby?" And I was like, "No, I didn't have my niece or nephew with me." So I was like, "No, why would you say that?" "Oh, you just got really thick." How rude. How rude. First of all, never say that to anybody. But then I started thinking at that time, I was like, man, am I getting chubbier than I think I am? So here nor there, that still went on for a while, and I would like try to change my diet and try to work out, but nothing really stuck, and I wasn't weighing myself, so I really didn't know how bad it got. And then fast forward, I got my heart broken, and it was bad. It was probably the worst pain that I have ever felt in my life still to this day. And I was just in such a dark place. Like, I would go to bed at 5 p.m. and just sleep and then wake up and eat and do it all over again. I barely made it to work, and it's embarrassing to even say how awful it was. Well, no, it's not embarrassing. It's my story, but it was bad. And with that, I just really started packing on the pounds. And I thought to myself, when you go through heartbreak, you have all of these crazy ideas and thoughts. And I thought that he didn't want me because I was fat. And I was like, people are telling me I've been gaining weight. I probably have been gaining weight since we started talking and dating. And he just probably doesn't want me because I'm fat. So I was like, I'm going to lose weight. So I was going to lose weight for the sole purpose to get this guy back in my life and to show him that I was worthy of his love. And it's just, first of all, it's awful. It's awful to ever think that way of yourself. And it's something that I'm still working through. But, it did start me on the journey. So I guess it's not all bad. But with that being said, I remember sitting down with Sarah at my favorite Mexican place, and I was talking to her. I didn't really tell her the reason I wanted to lose weight. I was just kind of like, I'm fed up. I got to lose some weight. I assumed I was around 200 pounds at this point, but again, I really wasn't weighing myself, so I really had no idea. So she was like, well, we can work out with my trainer. So my friend Sarah has been seeing a trainer for on and off for like 7 or 8 years. And I was like, perfect. So we'll start working out together. It'll be great. So I met my trainer and I stepped on the scale. I was 210 pounds. And that is just a number that I never seen before. I never assumed I would get that big. I was very small in high school. I was probably like between like 125 and 140. Honestly, I don't know. But it was an easy like 50, 60 pound weight gain. Which makes sense why when people saw me, they were like, oh my God, she's gaining weight. But, which is, again, is still rude. Like, don't ever mention or talk about anybody's weight. But, with that being said, I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this because it is going to show this guy that I am it. It's so wrong. It's so wrong. But I started working out with him. I didn't really change my diet, and I would lose like a pound or two, and nothing major. And usually in the beginning of a weight loss journey, you can lose weight pretty quickly, and I just was not. I acted like I was trying, and I was getting frustrated, but when your sole reason to lose weight is to get somebody else's attention or get somebody that broke your heart to love you, it's not going to work, right? It's not going to stick. There's not a true, I don't know. It's never going to happen. So with that, I was still trying. So finally, Casey, my trainer, was like, if I give you a meal plan, will you stick to it? I was like, oh yeah, that's what I need, right? I need to tell me something. I need somebody to tell me exactly what to do. So he gave me a meal plan. It was the same 3 meals a day. I ate them like it was a religion. I ate them for like 2 straight months. I mean, in like a month and a half, 2 months, I lost 30 pounds. And maybe it was like 3 months. It was a pretty short period of time. Lost 30 pounds. And then the guy was still in my life, and I would see him and he wouldn't acknowledge it. Or he would, it's just like, hey, I'm working so hard. Look how good I look. Nothing. So then I was like, I did all of this work and he doesn't even care. And that time was like a double whammy because at the same time I switched jobs. And when I was leaving my old company, who I worked for 9 years, they all wanted to take me out to eat, which was so nice. Like, what a great time. But I mean, the meal plan just went thrown in the garbage can. I mean, it was like 2 or 3 weeks of just like lunches out, dinners out, happy hour. And it was November, of course, right? It's like, now it's the holidays. So if you think I'm going to eat that same meal plan through Christmas time and not eat sugar cookies, it's not happening. Like, there's no way. And on top of that, my sole reason for doing it didn't work. It didn't work. And so at that point, I was just like, whatever, I don't care. I'm still going to go through the motions because I enjoy the physical part of working out. I think it helps, mentally and all of that stuff. And I get more into that in my other video. But as far as like weight loss, honestly, I gave up. I was just kind of over it. I was like, I'm still going to show up for my trainer. I'm still going to work out. But even he knew it, right? I would show up, but mentally I wasn't there. I think he threatened to drop me like 2 or 3 times if I didn't change my attitude. Thank God he didn't. But, it was bad. And it lasted for like a year and a half. And during that time, again, right, when you're not doing good, the last thing you want to do is step on a scale. I didn't care. I didn't want to know. So I didn't step on the scale at all for like, I think I did it here and there. And then I went like up 10 pounds. And then I realized I was up like 18 pounds. And then I would try to, reel it in and get back on the meal plan. And I'd get down to like 14 pounds up. And it was just a do, and keep going. And eventually, December of 2019, I found myself up over 40 pounds, consistently working out with the trainer, which proves my point of my other video. You can't outwork a bad diet. Like, you can't do it. You can't think just because you're working out, you can eat whatever you want and it's all going to magically happen. It's just not the case. So December 2019, I found myself, again, high. Not only high, I found myself at 222 pounds, which is like 12 pounds higher than when I started working out with my trainer like 3.5, 4 years before. And when I tell you that is embarrassing, that is embarrassing. And then when people see you or you say something like, yeah, I'm going to see my trainer, they're like, oh, you still work out with him? And it's like, yes, I do. I don't want you guys to think I have bad friends, but yeah, I still see him. So, with that being said, in December of 2019, we're getting ready to go into 2020, baby. We're going to have the best year of our lives. It's going to be, crystal clear vision, a new year, a new decade. And I started my new year the same way I start every new year, in a yoga meditation circle. And this one felt very different. And I love all of them. I think I've been 4 or 5 years in a row now. And every year I would kind of set goals, and every year I would be like, this is it, baby. We're going to crush it. We're going to crush it. I'd not achieve 99% of them. But this year felt like an energetic release. I cried on the mat 85% of the 3 or 4 hour workshop. And it just felt like I was done. It felt like, in a good way, I felt like I was done playing small. I felt like I was done not showing up as my best self. I felt like I was done with everything. Like a switch kind of just happened. And it felt like, it just felt, I think the best word I can say is like a release, right? It felt like I was letting go of this person that was still keeping me energetically tied up, and it felt like I was letting go of not loving myself, not feeling worthy, and all of that stuff. And from that moment on, I really started to analyze my life, and I really started to think, what is working, what is not, what changes can I make? And to me, they've been very successful so far. And like I said, I think the reason this one has been more successful than the last time is because of the reason I'm doing it. I'm losing weight and becoming my highest self simply for myself. There's no one else that I care about. Well, that's not true. I'm not doing it for anyone. I would show up to lose weight for him. I would show up to work out when I didn't want to for my trainer. I was doing everything for other people in my life. And now it's like, as selfish as it sounds, it's the complete opposite. I'm doing everything in my life for me. And I gotta say, man, it feels good, baby. When you are in the pit of the pit of the pit and you come out of it, it is like... So, with that being said, that is my fitness journey, and that is kind of what led me to the March timeframe of the start of COVID, and I discuss all of that in the video linked below. And if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. We want this channel to be a community of positivity. Like I said in my other video, I'm only halfway through my journey. I have not figured everything out. Not even close. But we're getting there. We're making progress. And all we can do is continue to grow. So I hope you like and subscribe. And I'll see you in my next video.